Hello, best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a really good day. Bitch, happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope that today you get lucky, bitch. I hope you get lucky, honey. And I'm not talking just about here in the bedroom, baby. I'm talking about in life, bitch. I hope you get lucky with your favorite meal, bitch, with your favorite show, with your favorite moment, honey. I hope you get lucky anywhere you want to get lucky, bitch. Quite frankly, honey, I want to get lucky in the food and in the bedroom, bitch, okay? Because I'm feeling spicy today, but I'm feeling like, yes, girl, spice up your life, bitch. If I was a Spice Girl, I would be Thick Spice, okay? What would your Spice Girl name be? Anyways, bitch, listen, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Sebastian. I am your new messy best friend, and I welcome you guys with open arms. I do pop culture videos every day, so if you're looking for a new messy best friend who's gonna spill the... So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would be so incredibly grateful. Also, you guys, do you remember that story time I told you about yesterday about when the schools, when I was in school and I got bullied and stuff? Well, this is the second part. The first part is in my other Miley Cyrus Kendall Jenner video. I'll put it in the description so you can see the first part and then you can come back and see the second part. This is the second part of it, which a lot of you guys wanted to hear. So, but before we do, I need to spill some tea about the Kardashians, honey, because listen, it looks like we are all finally caught up with the Kardashians. Now listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. The Kardashians are allegedly super stressed out and worried because the amount of lack of wanting and the lack of, hunger for them is definitely dying down, bitch. I think people say, girl, I'm good. I'm all caught up, honey. I don't need to know any more about the damn Kardashians. So listen, when Kim Kardashian first started dating Pete Davidson, that definitely gave the Kardashians a lot of attention. I mean, it was everywhere. People were so obsessed with this relationship. Obviously, people were really excited about her and Kanye divorcing. People were excited about this Hulu show. People were excited to see Khloe Kardashian leave Tristan finally, see what she was up to next. But as time has gone by, everything for the Kardashians has definitely died down a lot. I mean, you don't really see, you don't really see a lot of people really fully into it anymore. I mean, a lot of people, are kind of over everything that has to do with the Kardashians. And I honestly blame the following. I think that it's very important to point out that, we have been, it's like a never-ending buffet of the Kardashians. Bitch, like we have not skipped a meal with the Kardashians. Since it's 5,000 of them, between the Kardashian Jenners, there's so many of them. There's always drama. There's always scandals. Or they're always in the media. They're always in the news. So we're all finally like, girl, I need to move on, bitch. Like, what's next, honey? Kim now is sort of like she's in her relatable era. She's definitely, keeping out a lot of, keeping out of the spotlight a lot. And, there was rumors that she really wanted to step back and just focus on her family, focus on her businesses, and also focus on her, she's now a lawyer. So, she definitely wants to sort of step back, allegedly. Kourtney Kardashian with Travis. So people kind of made a big deal, the whole rocker thing, and then it kind of died down again. And girl, she even tried to go blonde, but bitch, nobody even talked about it. Not even the nice ladies in the homes. Girl, everybody's over it. Back then, if Kourtney Kardashian would have gone blonde, people would have been talking about it for days. But I was like, oh yeah, girl, okay. Are you drumming away, bitch? Like, nobody fucking cares. And then Khloe, everyone is so disappointed in her because they're like, there's rumors that allegedly she is back with Tristan for the 5th time after he's cheated on her 5,000 times. And so people are just like, you know what, man, if you're not going to have dignity and you're not going to stand up for yourself, why should we? And why should we watch him cheat on you once again? And of course, we don't wish that upon anybody. Obviously we don't. But damn, like how many times does he have to cheat on you for you to fucking wake up? Like I'm so sorry. And Khloe was my favorite Kardashian. But I'm just like, girl, enough is enough. I mean, like, damn, have a little self-respect. You got to show True, your daughter, that you have to stand up and you have to be, you can't let these losers cheat on you more than 1 time, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, even when she was pregnant. Obviously, listen, I'm gonna tell you. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We don't know what is real, what is fake with the Kardashians. But I do know that Khloe doesn't deserve that, you know? And I think she has a really big heart. And I think that Tristan's mom's passing obviously brought a lot of things into, you know, consideration. I maybe think that, you know, Khloe just really thought that, you know, maybe this is the time. And I wish them well. But people are just over that, right? Like, people don't want to hear that they're back together because nobody's rooting for them, because everyone's like, Khloe, like, we gotta make sure you love yourself, right? And then with Kendall and Kylie, everyone is just sort of like so over them because of the Selena Gomez thing. And mentioning Selena Gomez, a lot of people are blaming finally the end of the Kardashians on this Selena Gomez drama, because in the Selena Gomez drama, people were so easily like turned off by Kim, by Kylie, by Kendall, you know, Khloe. They all lost a bunch of followers when this drama started. And with you know, with Kim trying to be slick and you know, throw some shade at Selena here and there, and you know, also get Northwest, her daughter, and Selena's sister involved. It just seems like they're very desperate to stay in the limelight. And I'll tell you something, they don't really need to, you know. They have all the money in the world, bitch. You know, they don't really need to work a day in their lives anymore. But the issue is, and I'll tell you, I've watched the Kardashians since day one, bitch, okay? Since day one. I remember watching them on my laptop when I was like, I don't know how old I was, but I remember that I just started drinking. I was so hungover, and I remember watching them the next day, and I fell in love because it was so, you know, it's like, you know, mindless TV, right? And back then, it felt more scripted, you know, and it felt like, you know, they would get into drama, then they would hug it out at the end. Like, that was all the episodes. But now it's sort of like, you know, we are changing the subject, especially after COVID. I feel like a lot of people have, you know, kind of evolved and kind of like want something new. They want something real. They want something, you know, nobody really cares to see, you know, the Kardashians get into fake drama anymore. Like, nobody really cares about that. And I feel like this like new being relatable thing, it looked a girl, they're not actresses, okay, bitch? You're not relatable, and that is fine. You know, as much as you try to be relatable, you're not, babe. You know what I mean? So, you know, I do think that this is almost the end of the Kardashians. I do. I think that the Kardashians have had a great run. I think that the Kardashians definitely need to, you know, to kind of just like lay back and sit back and enjoy everything they've worked for, enjoy their 5,000 children, you know, enjoy Kris Jenner. You know, she's entering her grandma stage where she needs to also start relaxing and enjoying life and travel and, you know, doing all these things. Like, it's not just work, work, work. And last season on the Kardashians on Hulu, it was all work, work, work. So we didn't really like get a lot of content out of it. We just saw them promote their businesses. And after so much like Skin by Kim and Kylie Cosmetics, Kylie Skin, Kylie Airplanes, Kylie Balloons, Kylie UFOs, Kim McDonald's, Khloe, you know, jeans, train stations, you know, the whole world, Courtney, you know, rocking, you know, Courtney pills, just so many things. You're just like, girl, we're good. You know, we're good, babe. So anyways, do you think this is the end of the Kardashians? Let me know in the comments. And all right, before we get into my story, if you wanted to help my channel out and support me, there's a link for me to make personalized videos for you. And it's in the description. And that's a wonderful way for you if you wanted to help support my channel, or, you know, get me a little early birthday gift. It's just the link in the description. And then you tell me what you want me to say. So it can be a pep talk, motivation, advice, a birthday, like whatever you want me to tell you or give you, that's what I deliver. So I'd be super grateful. All right, so part 2 of the story time that you guys have been requesting. But first of all, I really want to say thank you so much for all the love and support, because, you know, as I go back and I reminisce on things, you know, it is still very hurtful, the things that unfortunately I had to go through, and the things that unfortunately a lot of people are going through even right now. So I just want to say thank you for the love and the support on that. I don't take it for granted. And, you know, I'm so sorry if you have gone through bullying or you're going through it. I really do apologize. And I can say it does get better. But of course, you know, there is also still hurt that, you know, you live with, and memories come back, and it's not easy. But we have to try our best to remember that, you know, luckily that we were not the bullies. You know what I mean? And we have to be grateful that, you know, we're still here, because a lot of people aren't because of bullying. So I want to take that time just to say I'm with you and I love you. And all right, so here we go. Part 2. If you guys, again, have not seen part 1, I'm going to link the video in the description, and it's towards the last of the end of the video, of the Miley and Kendall video, towards the middle last. So you can check that out. All right, so listen, where we left off, I was in summer school. I had a journal where I was writing about a cute guy who it was in the jock, was in I think it was like a football team, and the mean jock that was bullying me horribly grabbed my journal while I was in the bathroom, and he was reading everything out loud. And in that journal, I had written about his friend who was also on the football team, and I was writing about how I had a crush on him, and how, you know, I thought about him, and how I wish that he would see me and know that I exist, and that, you know, he oh my God, Dios mío, qué vergüenza. Like, it's embarrassing, you know, and he, you know, if he can really just see me for me, and you know, be maybe one day, you know, we can be together. It was just so much that he was literally reading, and unfortunately he had read almost the whole thing. Well, anyways, everybody was laughing, but everyone but the guy that I was writing about, right? And everyone was looking at him, and it was like this whole thing. I grabbed everything and I ran out of the room. I went to the principal's office, and I just stayed there until my mom picked me up or something. Well, flash forward a month later, we were back in school, and I prayed that everybody already had forgotten about that. But he came up to me, the guy that I had a crush on, and he basically said that he tried to get in contact with me, and that he wanted to know how I was doing. And he said that what the bully did was horrible, and that, you know, he didn't find that funny. Well, anyways, we actually started hanging out a little bit. He was always giving me such mixed emotions, right? In the beginning of us hanging out, we were both now, I mean, he was still part of the team and stuff, but we were both now at the end of the bullying, right? We were now getting bullied together, because people were calling him every time we would walk in the hallway and we were together, which was not often in school, but we would get called the F homophobic slur. And even his own friends would do it. And luckily that year I started becoming friends with girls who were kind of popular. So the bullying kind of stopped, because they were defending me. Well, anyways, him and I had a very special moment that I will always treasure, because, you know, growing up gay, you have to understand that, you know, you don't really see a lot of representation, or at least you didn't when I was growing up. You only saw like the girl getting the guy at the end, or the guy getting the girl at the end. So, you know, it's a fantasy that you have to kind of imagine it on your own, because you don't really see it. But I had kind of my moment with him, where I lived in Miami. I lived in Florida. Behind my building, there was a massive park, and there was a like a lake in the park. It was a beautiful park, actually. I remember always walking at it at night and pretending I was like in a secret rainforest or something, magical rainforest. But anyways, bitch, that was sort of like our thing. He would come over, and we would go to that park, right? And one night it was already like, you know, getting dark, and I was like, well, I think, you know, we should go. And we honestly, we would talk about stupid things. We would talk, and the worst part, or the weird part, I guess, was that like I getting to know him and stuff, like, yeah, I still had a major crush, but like I started looking at him kind of differently. And I remember this one time, there was this big rock in the park, right? So we would always like climb that rock. Every time we would climb that rock, someone would have to like help to get over the rock, because it was kind of tall. So like one person would have to grab the hand and just make sure that, you know, so we would take turns doing that. So that is when I had like my first like kind of thing. He got on the rock. I was holding his hand, and then I got on the rock, and then he was holding my hand, and then I fell, or like not fell, but like kind of tripped over, and he grabbed me like this, and, you know, we hugged. And we hugged like more than you should, right? Like we hugged more. And mind you, he would always talk about girls. Oh my God, he would always talk about girls. And this is why I started looking at him different, because I'm like, okay, he's not interested in me. He's just like, we're friends, right? He was always talking about girls, and he was always talking about like online girls that he would like meet on chat or rooms or like, Facebook or whatever. I don't know, bitch. He would always like say these things. Or just online, I don't know. But anyways, we were hugging, and I promise you I could feel his heartbeat just like so crazy. And we had a thing where, in order for him to get to his house, we would have to, cross my house anyways. So he would always drop me off home and continue to his house. And we would talk on the phone when he would get back home. And it was like, we would talk for like an hour or something. Well, that night, he didn't walk me home. He was just like, all right, gotta go. I'm just gonna run back. Something about practice. I don't know. Well, he ran back, blah, blah. He didn't call me that night. And I think it was like a weekend or something, because I didn't see him for a bit. And then when I saw him again in school, I told him, why don't we go to the park and let's talk and stuff, like, hang out or whatever. And then he did come to the park. He was super quiet. He was super to himself. He didn't really say much. And he said to me that that we needed kind of to have a talk. And at that age, you guys, you have to understand, at that age, you don't really know anything. I mean, I wasn't even out, well, I was outed, but I wasn't even really fully out. And then I would never forget like that feeling. And okay, well, I'll tell you that in a second. But, we were talking, and it was getting darker, and we always ran home when it was like getting darker, because, our parents and stuff. But this time we just kind of wanted to stay more. And we sort of told each other that we kind of cared for each other. And he said, oh, by the way, during this whole time of us hanging out, we never talked about the journal. So that is important to tell you. But this time we did. And he told me, or my diary, and he told me, so that thing you wrote, what do you feel? Like, has it changed? And we were on the ground, he had his legs up, and he was like this. So that thing that you, like that. And I was just like, no, I mean, whatever, I was like denying it. And he's like, oh yeah, well, that's cool and stuff. Now that I look back, I can see it. I'm just like, we were young. What the fuck do you expect? Well, anyways, he tells me, how do you know that it's like, you don't feel that? And then I was like, no, I mean, you're my friend. And, and I mean, I don't even know if I'm gay and whatever. Like, I don't even know if I like that. And, just like sort of pushing it off and brushing it off. And then I remember that he looked at me, and we just had a moment, and I'll never forget. And I actually wanted to find him on Instagram, and I haven't been able to find him. But we looked at each other for some time, and I will always remember looking at him and him looking at me, and our hearts beating like crazy. And it was very unfortunate, because I really felt like if I was older, I would have maybe been able to express how I was, and maybe had I grown up in a world where I saw gay representation and I knew how I could do things, and it was like easier, I would have maybe, of course, done something. But we did hang out a lot. Looking back, I can definitely see how he, I think he had definitely feelings for me when I look back. Well, flash forward some years later, I moved to Denmark, and I actually found him online, and we spoke a little bit here and there. But I left during high school, so I didn't get to really say goodbye to anybody. And I left I didn't even finish the year. I just left because my mom and dad got like this job thing, and we had to go. So when we moved to Denmark, I barely said goodbye to anybody. And so I did find him online, and we did talk, and he did tell me, in fact, that he is gay. And he told me that I was his first kind of crush, and that he wasn't my first crush. I mean, I've had many crushes when I was a kid, bitch, okay, including the first crush I'll never forget. But, you know, we did talk about it, and we spoke for a little bit. We did have some chat fun, if you know what I mean, and some phone fun for a little bit. If you know what I mean, bitch. And you know, it was like bound to happen at some point, right? We were much older, of course. But it was a wonderful thing coming out of a really horrible thing, right? And you know, I I've had many experiences that have definitely left a mark on me, and many experiences that I will never be able to forget, and I'd love to share them with you. You know, I before I got married, I was engaged. I almost I mean, we really almost adopted a child. I mean, there's a lot in my life that I haven't ever opened up about. So if you want more story times included with the tea, let me know in the comments. I will really know if you want it or not. And if not, totally okay too. But I do have a lot of lessons that I've learned in life. And I've had a lot of adventures. I've had a lot of craziness. That I think it would be pretty cool to share with you. So let me know if you're interested. And I love you all so much. I'm so grateful you even took the like care in this and you wanted to know. And also thank you to everyone who said they would defend me when we were in school. I wish that you guys would have been my friends in school, because I had I would say like an 20%, 20% good, 80% horrible. There was a lot of bullying and a lot of homophobia and a lot of fat shaming, because, you know, I had big boobs. And I just remember many moments where I was in the bathroom stall crying and just feeling so low about myself and feeling like I didn't matter. And I want to try and spread some light if I can, which is my main goal, is to spread light to you guys. And if you've ever felt that way or you're still living with that trauma, I hope that we can get through it together. And I hope that you know how grateful I am for you, and that I love you, and that I will always be there. And I'm excited to get to know each other on a more personal level. All right, bitch, I gotta go. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Mwah. Bye.